Installation of the Siemens VersaCharge electric vehicle charging station is easy when you follow these step-by-step instructions. Before you begin, you'll need 8-2 wire with a ground, a 2-pole 40-amp breaker. If using a receptacle, you'll also need a junction box, use an old workbox for retrofit applications and a new workbox for new construction, a NEMA 650 receptacle, a receptacle cover. We also recommend you have assorted screwdrivers, a cordless drill, a measuring tape, and a keyhole or drywall saw. Siemens recommends all electrical work be performed by a qualified electrical professional. Hazardous voltage can cause substantial property damage, serious injury, and even death. First, you should know that the station can draw up to 30 amps at 240 volts AC 60 Hz. To begin, verify your panel has an open position for a 2-pole breaker and that the 30-amp draw from the VersaCharge will not exceed the loading for the main breaker of the structure. Ensure power is turned off before working on any electrical equipment. With the power off, you can remove the dead front of the load center and snap in the plug on the breaker. A 2-pole 40-amp dedicated branch breaker is required for both cord and plug installation and hardwired installations. Be sure to torque the wires to the specification listed on the circuit breaker. Select a mounting site close to the charging connection of the vehicle. Make sure the 20-foot cord will reach to the charge port. You will want to allow 21.5 inches minimum clearance for the connector between the wall and anything in the area. The VersaCharge mounts on the surface of the wall. You should choose a location where there is sufficient space to park a vehicle, walk past the device, and open nearby doors without obstruction. Locate a stud at least 2 inches wide to attach the mounting bracket and receptacle if needed. You can also use a stud finder to locate the 2-inch stud. For concrete or masonry walls, you'll need to install appropriate anchors. Now, using a 7/16-inch socket head and drill, attach the mounting bracket to the stud using the 2 lag screws provided. Use a level to ensure the unit is straight vertically. The unit is factory configured for either bottom-fed cord and plug installation or fed from behind cord and plug installation. Do not relocate the cord and plug assembly. For the bottom-fed application, locate the receptacle box within 12 inches of the charging station. Mark and cut the hole using the junction box. Wire the receptacle using appropriate wire and a standard flush mount NEMA 650 receptacle. Depending on jurisdiction, both power lines should be colored black. Here's something to note. On the rear-fed application, you can use the mounting bracket as a template for the receptacle location. For hardwire installation, follow these steps. To remove the cord and plug assembly, first open the hinged cover by removing 4 screws. Remove the barrier, which has 2 screws. Pry the cover off gently from the top. Disconnect the L1 and L2 conductors on the bottom of the lug block and the grounding connection from the ground bar. Disconnect and remove the strain relief and the entire cord and plug assembly. The seal cap should be installed in the opening not being used. Wire the copper conductors into the device from the connected conduit. Using a torque wrench and flathead bit, torque L1 and L2 lugs to 14.5 inch-pounds and the ground lug to 25 inch-pounds. close up the device by doing the reverse. Secure the charging station to the mounting bracket and plug it into the receptacle. Turn on the power and verify the charging process. The amperage adjustment switch is set to max from factory and only needs to be adjusted if any tripping of the main breaker occurs during charging. Installation is very similar for models with wireless communication. Just ensure the charging station is mounted within 100 feet of your wireless router or a repeater. The Siemens VersaCharge is unparalleled in its ease of installation, so you can spend more time on the road and less time waiting around for a charge.